When Mordechai and Esther established the holiday of Purim, they did so not simply for the people who were living in Shushan or the people who were living in all of the states that were under the rule of Achashverosh, but the Megillah tells us that the holiday of Purim was established first by them and later solidified by Mordechai and the members of the Anshe Knesset HaGedolah, the men of the Great Assembly, to be a holiday that would be observed for generations. These days will be remembered and would be kept in every generation. And one wonders, Hanukkah and Purim pretty much go together. They're both of the holidays that are similar in nature, even though they are different. In that Hanukkah, the miracle and that which we celebrate was the victory of the spirit of the Jews. And when it comes to Purim, we celebrate the miracle performed by Hashem and the victory of the physical Jew over the desired annihilation. Yet when it comes to Hanukkah and Purim, we also find that Hanukkah doesn't have a Megillah. Purim has a Megillah that lays out the entire story for us, but Hanukkah doesn't. And Purim is referred to as to having been kept in every generation, whereas Hanukkah is our tradition that we keep Hanukkah, but never specifically told that it has to be remembered and kept in every single generation. What's the distinction between the two? So Rabbi Eliezer Ashkenazi, the Yosef Lekach, explains as follows. When it came to Hanukkah, Hanukkah was a miracle that was performed by Hashem on behalf of the Jewish people in the land of Israel, in Eretz Yisrael. Purim, however, was performed, a miracle performed for the Jewish people outside of the land of Israel. And so when it comes to anything done in the land of Israel, nothing is a surprise. The Jewish people can expect for Hashem to take care of us and to perform miracles in our behalf because Eretz Yisrael is Hashem's home. The Pasuk says that Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha Ba, the eyes of Hashem, the presence of Hashem is constantly in the land of Israel. So if there is a miracle that takes place for the Jewish people, we recognize it, we appreciate it, but nothing in the land of Israel is within the course of nature. Everything is beyond and above nature because Hashem is constantly present at all times. Yet when it comes to the Jewish people being in Galus and in being in exile, and when the story of Purim took place in Shushan after the destruction of the first Beis Hamikdash, there's concern that perhaps Hashem would not perform a miracle for the Jewish people outside of the land of Israel. And so Mordechai and Esther established Purim, and the Anshe Knesset HaGedolah, the men of the Great Assembly, point out that Hashem will not forget the Jewish people even when they're outside of the land of Israel. He will still protect them and perform miracles on their behalf, albeit He's not present with them as He is with those in Eretz Yisrael on the same level. Yet Hashem will not forsake the Jewish people when they're outside of the land of Israel and when they're struggling or suffering or in face of annihilation. That was the story of Purim. And that was the reason why ultimately there was a Megillah written about Purim, so that people should remember that while Hashem may perform many more miracles inside the land of Israel, He could perform a miracle for the Jewish people as a community or even as an individual, anywhere He so chooses. Purim, the story of Mordechai and Esther, represents Hashem's intervention on our behalf, on behalf of the Jewish people, or on behalf of ourselves as individuals, any place and any time. So as we celebrate Purim, let us allow the Hester, the covered presence of Hashem in our lives to be revealed. Let us celebrate Hashem's commitment and love for us wherever we are, and ultimately let us remember that Purim is a holiday in which we cherish the relationship between God and the Jewish people. We appreciate all that God has done for us, does for us, and will do in the future. Purim Sameach, thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.